Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Bagas Rafael Al-Muhajirin. Di sini saya ingin membuat video untuk pengayaan semester 4 dengan nambah 3 poin. Yang pertama ada descriptive text. Ini ada teks yang berjudul My Grandfather Pocket Watch. My most cherished heirloom is my grandfather's antique pocket watch. It is a beautiful piece craft from polished brass, now faded to a warm golden brown patina. The watch face is pristine white with elegant Roman numerals and slender black hands. Its glass cover is slightly convex, protecting the delicate machinery within. When you hold it close to your ear, you can hear a soft, consistent ticking sound, a gentle heartbeat that has continued for over a century. The back case intricately engraved with a pattern of swirling vines and flowers. It feels solid and weighty in the palm, a tangible connection to the past and the man who once carried it. Number one, what is main purpose of the text about? Text above. Uh, uh, to tell a story about the author's grandfather. B. To describe specific object in detail. C. To explain how to use a pocket watch. D. To persuade the reader to appreciate antiques. Jawabannya ada B. To describe a specific object in detail. Di teks tersebut menceritakan detail tentang pocket watch yang dimiliki oleh kakeknya. Nah, jadi jawabannya adalah B. Number 2. The phrase warm golden brown patina is an example of which language feature? A. Simple past tense. B. Action verb. C. Thinking verb. D. Adjective. Jawabannya adalah D. Adjective. Adjective itu adalah kata sifat dan warm golden brown patina itu adalah kata sifat. Yang ketiga, what generic structure of descriptive text is present in the sentence? The back case intricately engraved with a pattern of swirling vines and flowers. A. Identification. B. Description. C. Classification. D. Conclusion. Jawabannya lebih description karena kalimat tersebut merupakan bagian dari description karena memberikan detail spesifik tentang sebuah objek dari bagian yang dideskripsikan. Yang lebih. Number 4. Based on the text, how does the watch connect the author to the past? A. It is very valuable and expensive. B. It still keeps perfect time. C. It is tangible object that belong to his grandfather. D. It is made from a rare material. Jawabannya ada C. It is tangible object that belong to his grandfather. Karena dari kalimat lahir itu tangible connection to the past and the man who once carried it. Ini merupakan ide utama dari benda tersebut. See. 5. Which sense is not engaged in the description of the watch? A. Sight. B. Touch. C. Taste. D. Sound. Jawabannya adalah C. Taste. Kenapa taste? Karena taste itu merupakan rasa, sedangkan di jam tersebut tidak ada yang melibatkan tentang indera perasa, yaitu di situ tuh adanya indera penglihatan, terus indera peraba dan sebagainya. Tidak ada indera peraba, peraba rasa. Selanjutnya dari context. A day at the animal shelter. Last weekend, my classmate and I volunteered at the local animal shelter. First, we arrived at 9 a.m. and were greeted by the manager, Mr. Davis. Then she gave us a brief tour of the facility. After that, we were assigned to different tasks. I spent the morning cleaning the kennels and refilling water bowls. My friend Sarah played with the puppies in the yard. At lunchtime, we all took a break and ate the sandwich we had brought. In the afternoon, we helped a family choose their first pet. It was a tiring day, but we felt incredibly and satisfied to have helped the animal. Number one, what is social function of this recount text? A. To inform the reader about how an animal shelter works. B. To retell the writer's past experience for entertainment or information. C. To describe what an animal shelter looks like. D. To persuade readers to volunteer at a shelter. Jawabannya adalah B. To retell the writer's past experience for entertainment or information. Karena konteks itu adalah suatu teks yang berfungsi untuk menceritakan kembali suatu peristiwa atau pengalaman yang telah terjadi di masa lampau. B. Let's go. Number 2. Which word is a sequence connector? Temporal conjunction used in the text. A. And, B. But, C. Then, D. To. Gimana ada C. Then. Karena temporal conjunction itu ada first, then, next, after that, finally. Dan di dalam teks digunakan untuk menunjukkan urutan kejadian. Number 3, the generic structure of a recount text include orientation, event, and A. Identification, B. Reorientation, C. Resolution, D. Recommendation. Jawabannya ada reorientation. Karena generic structure of recount text ada 3. Yang pertama ada orientation, event, and reorientation. Salah. B. 4. What did the writer do in the afternoon? A. Clean the kennels. B. Ate the sandwich. C. Play with puppies. D. Help a family choose a pet. Jawabannya adalah D. Help a family choose a pet. Karena di kalimat tersebut ada detail spesifik dalam teks, yaitu number 5, which verb tense is predominantly used in this text? A. Simple future tense. B. Simple present tense. C. Simple past tense. D. Present perfect tense. Gimana C? Simple past tense. Karena di situ menceritakan peristiwa sudah terjadi. yang biasanya yang disebut juga simple past tense. Next, ada narrative text. Lalu kita enter dulu biar oke. Narrative text. Ini ada judul yaitu The Foolish Rabbit. Once upon a time, a rabbit was sleeping under a coconut tree. Suddenly, a ripe coconut fell and hit the ground with a loud thud. The rabbit woke up in panic. The sky is falling down, he screamed. He started running as fast as he could. On his way, he met a deer. "Why are you running, rabbit?" asked the deer. "The sky is falling. We must run," shouted the rabbit. The deer got scared and joined the run. Soon, a pig, a buffalo, and a tiger were all running together in fear. Finally, they met a wise lion. The lion stopped them and asked for the reason. After listening to Rabbit's story, the lion laughed. He took all the animals back to the tree and them showed them fallen coconut. They all realized how foolish they had been to panic without checking the truth. Number 1. What is main goal of narrative text like this? A. To describe the setting of a story. B. To explain a natural phenomenon. C. To entertain the reader with a fictional story that conveys a moral value. D. To argue a point about foolishness. Jawabannya adalah C. To entertain the reader with a fictional story that conveys a moral value. Karena narrative text ini untuk menghibur pembaca dengan sebuah cerita yang seringkali mengandung amanat atau pesan moral. Next, number 2. Which part of the narrative text generic structure is the sentence? Finally, they met a wise lion. A. Orientation. B. Complication. C. Resolution. D. Reorientation. Jawabannya adalah resolution. Because di teks tersebut ini finally they meet a wise lion merupakan penyelesaian masalah dalam cerita tersebut. Next, number 3. What is the complication in this story? A. A rabbit was sleeping. B. A coconut fell from the tree. C. The rabbit mistakenly believed the sky was falling. D. The lion laughed at the animals. Jawabannya adalah C. The rabbit mistakenly believed the sky was falling. Complication atau masalah dalam cerita ini adalah kesalahpahaman sang kelinci karena ia melihat dia melihat kelapa jatuh, tapi dikiranya tuh kayak langit-langit itu terjatuh ke bawah gitu, makanya dia salah paham. Next, number 4. Which language feature is shown with the phrase once upon a time? A. Past tense. B. Specific participant. C. Chronological order. D. Adverb of time. Jawabannya adalah D. Adverb of time. Karena once upon a time adalah keterangan waktu. D. Next, number 5. What is the moral value of the story? A. Running is good for health. B. It's important to listen to your friend. C. One should not panic and believe something without evidence. D. Lions are wiser than other animals. Jawabannya adalah C. One should not panic and believe something without evidence. Karena di cerita tersebut adalah kelincinya tuh sangat panik ya, karena dia salah paham dan membuat hewan-hewan yang lain tuh juga ikutan panik. Sedangkan tiba-tiba ada sebuah lion atau singa yang coba tenang untuk menghadapi situasi tersebut dan eh, berusaha menelaah lebih lanjut dalam apa yang ditakutkan oleh si kelinci tersebut. Jangan see. Next, procedure text. Sini ada how to make a classic paper airplane atau bagaimana cara membuat pesawat terbang dari kertas. Follow these simple steps to create a perfect paper airplane. Material needed. Ini bahan-bahan yang dibutuhkan cuma satu ya guys. Yang pertama ada one sheet of A4 paper atau kertas A4 yang biasa buat ngeprint itu. Oke, langkah-langkahnya pertama adalah lay the paper on a flat surface. Next, fold the paper in half lengthwise. Then unfold it to create a center crease. After that, fold the top two corner down to the center crease, forming a triangle at the top. Then, fold the new top corner to the center crease again. Now, fold the entire plane in half along the original center crease, so the folds are on the outside. Finally, fold the wings down each side, aligning them with the bottom edge of the body. Your paper is now ready to fly. Let's go. Pertanyaannya one. What is purpose of this procedure text? A. To describe what a paper airplane is. B. To tell story about making a paper line. C. To explain the step on how to make a paper airplane. D. To argue that paper airplanes are fun. Jawabannya adalah C. Karena di teks prosedur tersebut itu menjelaskan tentang bagaimana cara membuat pesawat dari kertas. Number 2, which section of the generic structure list one sheet of A4 paper? A. Goal. B. Material. C. Step. D. Result. Jawabannya adalah B. Materials. Karena di sini adalah material atau bahan-bahan yang dibutuhkan dalam langkah-langkah untuk membuat pesawat dari kertas. Oke, B. Number 3, which word is an example of an imperative verbs come or atau common word? A. Needed. B. Unfold. C. Create. D. Original. Jawabannya adalah B. Unfold. Karena ciri kebahasaan atau kaidah kebahasaan dalam prosedur teks adalah menggunakan imperative mood atau kalimat perintah seperti fold, lay, unfold. Kata unfold adalah kata kerja perintah untuk meminta pembaca untuk melakukan sebuah perintah, yaitu unfold. Oke, lanjut number 4. Why is it important to unfold the paper after the first fold? A. To make paper bigger. B. To check if the paper is flat. C. To create a guide center crease for the next fold. D. To start over if the fold is wrong. Jawabannya adalah C. To create a guide center crease for the next fold. Pertanyaan ini adalah untuk memahami detail dan untuk memahami detail dalam instruksi tersebut. To create a center create adalah memberikan alasan mengapa langkah-langkah itu penting untuk langkah selanjutnya. Oke, jadi jawabannya C guys. C. Next, number 5. What language feature is dominant in the step section? A. A complex sentence. B. Passive voice. C. Simple present tense and action verb. D. Adjective and adverb. Jawabannya adalah simple present tense and action verb. Pada bagian steps itu adalah action verb atau kata kerja aksi. Dan dalam bentuk simple present tense ada fold, lay, unfold. Let's see guys. Next, terakhir, the last but not least, ada analytical exposition text. Let's go. Itu ada the importance of reading for children. Reading habit is crucially important for children development for several reasons. Firstly, reading significantly enhance literacy and language skill by being exposed to a wide range of vocabulary and complex sentence structure. Children improve their communication abilities. Secondly, reading fosters cognitive development. It stimulates imagination and critical thinking as children visualize stories and understand plot logic. Furthermore, reading builds concentration and discipline. The act of sitting still with a book trains a child focus for extended periods, a skill essential for academic success. Most importantly, reading is a gateway to knowledge. It's open up new worlds and perspective, making children more empathic and informed about the world around them. Therefore, it is undeniable that cultivating a love for reading should be a priority for every parent and educator. Number 1. What is social function of this analytical exposition text? A. To tell a story about a child who loves to read. B. To describe the process of how children read. C. To persuade the reader that reading important, presenting argument. D. To instruct parents on how teach reading. Jawabannya adalah C. To persuade the reader that reading is important by presenting argument. Karena tujuan dari analytical exposition adalah untuk meyakinkan pembaca bahwa topik yang disampaikan adalah penting dengan menyajikan argumen-argumen yang mendukung. C. Number 2. What is the thesis statement of the text? Aduh, capek miss. Bacanya miss. Oke, langsung saja jawabannya adalah B. Reading habit is crucially important for children development. Thesis statement adalah pertanyaan pendapat penulis yang menjadi ide utama pada di seluruh teks. Biasanya itu terletak di paragraf pertama. Number 3. Which word is used to sequence the first argument? Jawabannya adalah B. Firstly. Karena firstly itu pertama dan itu adalah argumen pertama. Number 4. Which of the following is not present as an argument in the text? Jawabannya adalah B. Reading is an expensive hobby. karena di teks tersebut itu nggak ada kata-kata reading is an inexpensive hobby. Kayak zaman Nabi. Number 5, last. The word therefore in the conclusion signal. Jawabannya adalah C. A logical conclusion based on the argument. Therefore berarti kata penghubung yang berarti oleh karena itu atau dengan demikian. Kata ini biasanya digunakan untuk menarik kesimpulan yang logis dari serangkaian argumen-argumen yang telah diberikan. Sekian dari saya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.